Hello, this is Brittany with Crochet Revival, and this is Bricks. I am reviewing the Crochet Granny headscarf pattern that I purchased on Etsy from the shop, I hope I'm saying this right, but it's Liloumariposa. I purchased the pattern for, I think, $158. Yes, $158. In the description of the item, it says that it's a 70's poncho shawl pattern, which I think I'm gonna reach out to the seller and just let them know, because I think that's just a mistake. But it's definitely just the headscarf or kerchief, whatever you want to call it. And she gives like the hook size and everything like that in the description, which is really nice, because sometimes just based off of the photo, you're not sure if you have the hook size. And it's just nice to know what they're going to recommend before you purchase the pattern. Maybe you don't have a whole lot of hooks like I do, or crochet problem in general, but she does give a pretty good description with the hook size and everything like that. So my overall opinion of this pattern was it was pretty easy. There was one spot that I was a little bit hung up for, but only for a second. I reread it and then I realized what they were saying. And that was, row 6 of the half square. So if anybody does end up purchasing this pattern and they have trouble with that section or any section in the pattern, you can reach out and I can try to help if I can. So the yarn that I used, the pattern recommends a 5.5 crochet hook. I don't have a 5.5 crochet hook, but I used a 5mm. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, it's just not going to work, but it's a 5mm crochet hook, and it's a boy hook. It's just one that I picked up at Walmart, when I first started crocheting. And the yarn that I used, I have actually had since the summer. I purchased a ton of this yarn just because I loved it so much. So it's a variant yarn, and it's a cotton, and it's called Cotton Colors, and it's available on Michaels. And this one is called Snapdragon. So it has like this mustard color, a teal color, blue, purple, peach, pink. It's a really neat skein of yarn. Actually, I didn't like every single variant yarn that they had with their colors, because I always felt like there was maybe one color I wasn't hot on. But this one I really enjoyed. I think I ordered like 3 or 4 of them just because I think particularly the teal and the mustard. And I'm hoping that they bring it back next summer because I love it so much. And it would be even better if Michaels made that yarn solid. I would buy so much of it. But anyway, back to this. So the original pattern asks you or tells you to pick 7 colors. And what's nice about the pattern is it tells you the yardage that you need for every single color. So it starts with the smallest and then to the largest. So it's kind of meant to be like a stash buster, which is nice. So if you have a bunch of colors that you don't want to go, throw away, you can use it in a pattern like this. And I just used this yarn because I had it. I also thought it would look really neat, like for colors for fall with the mustard and the teal, but you can easily use any kind of stash buster yarn that you have. It recommends the worsted weight. I did not use a worsted weight. This yarn, I believe, is a category 4, but it's like really soft and velvety, and it's like flowy, which I thought would make a really nice accessory for your hair, because you don't want something scratchy on your hair. Also, if you're making it with like a worsted weight, let me see if I have something like that too. So like this would be like this is like a worsted weight. This is a Impeccable Yarns from Michaels, and it's the color Citron. It's like a lime green. I think if you were to make it with something like this, it would be like a little stiff. So like when you have it on your head, it would be like pointing out, and I didn't really want that because I tend to crochet pretty tightly. So it takes a while for the yarn to kind of loosen up and flow nicely. So when you put this on, it's not doing that little poke out thing that bandanas do. But overall, I really like this pattern. I'm definitely gonna make it again. I was thinking about putting it in my shop, but I'm not 100% sure. One thing with variant yarn where it changes colors is you can't always decide what colors you're gonna get. So maybe if you don't like the colors that you get together, maybe you're not happy with the yarn, or the product. So that's a risk I guess you can take. But you guys can let me know. I think these colors look nice together. I really like the way it turned out. And I love that the center one is like most of that blue and teal because that's my favorite part of the yarn. Oh, another change that I made the strings longer than they suggested. I made them 40 stitches. And honestly, I think they could maybe be 50. I mean, the 40 is long enough, but depending on how big you tie your bow back here, you might want it a little bit longer. But I think that overall this would be a beginner pattern. It's essentially, 3 granny squares. So one big granny square, I guess solid. So you're not gonna be doing too many chains. It's mostly double crochet. And then 2 halves. Simple enough. And if you are a fan of doing granny squares, you can do a bunch of different granny squares and just use the same construction. So I think I really like this pattern overall. And then I just used a slip stitch to join. Let me see if I can put it on. So this is what it looks like on. And I think it's really cute. I mean, I could see you, wearing this with like a jean top or something like jean top and leggings or something. And I've been seeing more and more like 70s patterns on different sites like Free People. I saw a pair of crochet pants. So I think it's definitely coming back in to just have these like crazy, colors like the mustard color and everything like that. So let me know if you end up making this and you purchase the pattern and what you think. And I'll see you next time. Bye.